Blessings crew, and welcome to this week's offering. As you can see, taken by Monty. I should and see what he does. We can take rest. Monty is the king of taking rest. But as we kind of come into our yoga space this morning, wherever, however you are, it's morning here, kind of notice first your body. So we're going to start standing, and we're going to just kind of move around on your feet. So you're noticing just a little bit how the feet are feeling, how your body's feeling, what your energy levels are like right before we start. Because sometimes, we arrive in different spaces, right, on our mat. Lots of options today. So kind of listening in each time. What does my body need? What do I want to do? And so we're just going to move around on feet, massaging the balls of your feet. And as you do that, kind of come into that connectedness with place. So the whenua, the land that you're on, but also the Goa yoga space. If you're wedged between the coffee table and the couch, just notice that. Grateful for that space, grateful for the time to practice, all of those things. We're going to start to move into our knees a little bit, so give yourself enough room that you can kind of move. You might start to move hips as well, and just noticing. Lots of noticing, hey? Then we're going to sink into the knees and into the start of a chair pose. So tailbone going backwards. Start just gently. So not too deep. Take that tailbone back, so we're extending that lower back, but we're not over arching it. Roll the shoulders down. Let's bring our arms into this. We're going to inhale, in line with your ears, and then exhale, bring those arms down. Stretch them back a little bit. Inhale and exhale. So just that movement, slow. Might want to sink a little bit deeper into the hips, might not. This one we're going to come all the way up. Link those fingers. Reach. And we're going to take it over to the left, just slow. So opening up, lifting up that right side of the body. Inhaling up, exhaling. Left side of the body, so that real lift. Inhaling, bringing it back to center, letting the arms come down and around behind you, link the fingers, tuck the chin down towards the base of the throat, work the shoulder blades down. Release the arms, take your feet out to the edge of your mat. And again, we want to just kind of create some movement in the body. So we're going to bend and bend. So bending the knee, moving into the hip space, taking away the idea that yoga is quite static, but also taking away the idea that we have to flow really fast. So we're finding a space in between. There's time and place for flow. Not online. So noticing, just moving into that. Then we're going to come up, and same idea, arms are coming up. And we're going to sweep round in a circle. So we're going to link our fingers, and we're going to head over to that left. And then we're going to sweep down. around and up. And so it's just slow circling. Exhale on the way down. Inhale on the way up. Just moving into that space. And then change direction at the top of this one. Feeling that slow kind of unwinding in the spine with these ones and the hips. Oh, that's how my body experiences it. Let's do one more in this direction. Bringing it up. Bring those arms down. You might feel a bit dizzy. Woo! And again, just kind of noticing, moving into the body. We're going to turn our toes out. Come into a half squat. Okay, so top one goes back. We're going to put our elbows onto our thighs. We're going to notice that lower back. If you want to make it stronger, take the weight to the outside edge of your feet. Bring the hands to the heart. And just breathe. Bring the hands down, bring the heels back out in line with your toes. Start to lift your hips up, start to drop around that pelvis to wherever we can, letting the head drop. Soften those knees, so give them a little wriggle. Heels come in, coming down into a full squat if you can. Again, lots of propping if we need to. Nice deep, deep breath. What are you doing right there? And then sinking our way down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, extend up along the spine and then forward. Again, just kind of listening to your body. How far does it want to go? We don't want to curl over. We want to keep that spine nice and long. Breath nice and long. And then lifting up from there. Bring our feet back out. So we're going to come back into a forward fold crease. So if coming up from into a squat is like, wriggle your way around to come up into a squat. Otherwise, lifting up into here. Nice deep breath in there. Give yourself that moment just to orient yourself. And we're bringing our hands down. And as we lift our hips, we straighten out those feet. And loosen up those knees. And then stretch it down. Let the head go, let the shoulders go.
to come out, heels come back in, half squat.
Tailbone back. If you want to make it stronger, hands to the heart. Take the weight slightly to the outside edge of those feet so we're keeping those knees nice and lined up. And then lifting up slow from there. Coming up. Whew. Head spin. Lots of stars today for me. Nice. Cheek date. Let's take it to the front of our mats crew and just notice things. So come back to that kind of start point for your practice, how your body feels now, you know, a little bit more warmed up at 10 minutes in. So just kind of noticing that. Breathing. Then inhaling, coming up slow. We're going to bring our hands down through that center, down through a little chair pose, and then rolling around into that narrower forward fold.
Just gently lifting the hips, unlock those knees. Then hands just below the knees.
Straighten out along the spine. Feel that straightness, crew. It's not just an on our way to there pose, it's a pose in itself. So we'll rock the weight slightly towards the ball of your foot, lighten up your heels, and then feel like your hips are going one way and your head's going another to stretch out along that spine. Big deep breath. And then down we go.
And our right foot takes a deep step back.
High lunge, coming up slow, staying on the ball of that back foot. Tuck this right hip underneath us. And then inhale, bring these arms up. And feel the strength in your body. So we're going to feel like we can sink and reach and breathe. And then slowly forward, hands come down. We're going to step back into plank. Give yourself that option of bringing the knees down, otherwise pressing back through the heels, drawing forward through the chest a little bit. Feel your body kind of connecting up from crown of your head all the way down to your heels. Bend the knees a little bit, start to lift the hips up into down dog. Then roll those heels towards the floor. We come forward, we drop our right knee down and our left foot steps up. Tuck those back toes under, come up into the high lunge and lift. Tuck this left hip underneath us. Nice deep breath, inhaling, coming up. Reaching into that space at the same time as sinking down. That back heel, if we push it back a little bit, get that lovely stretch up through the hip flexor. But just kind of find the enough point for you, nice lift up through the ribs. Coming forward, we're stepping back again, crew. So back we go, and again it can be plank. We're going to chaturanga, so you might want to bring your knees down or stay there, crease the elbow forward. Slide the upper body down the inside of those arms and then release and come down. The art with chaturanga is not to drop your bum first. Just if it's one of those things that's still on the how do I get myself to do that? Roll the shoulders down. We're going to bring our big toes together and start to lift the head and the shoulders up. And breathe. And then chin tucking in, elbows coming out. Roll it back, tuck the toes under. Keep those knees bent as we lift the hips and then roll those heels down. And just keep that kind of feeling of lifting up through the hips. Oh, baby. What you doing? Oh, the best down dog ever. And split. And we're going to come forward again. This time we're bringing our knees down. Taking them out towards the edges of the mat. Bring the big toes together. And stretch it back and down. We're going to make this one dynamic. It's quite a nice one to make dynamic. But first we're going to lift our head. We're just going to rock the upper body from side to side. Just to feel into that shoulder space, upper back. Hands stay where they are. We're just rocking that body. Yeah, and we're going to take our left arm, we're going to thread it under our right. Bring the head down to look at that thumb. And then follow that thumb as we bring that left arm up and out and up towards the roof. And then inhale, exhale, thread it under again and sink. Inhale, unthread and exhale, reach up. Hi, baby. And just going slow. I was teaching this the other morning as we bring that left arm back out in front. And I noticed, first noticed that your left arm is now probably longer than your right. But I noticed that people were rushing it, and they were rushing to get to the reach. And I was like, no, the whole thing is the movement. So reflect on that as we take our right arm under. It's not about getting the right arm under. Maybe it's just about touching your head down and then starting to move again and just going slow so that the whole movement flows. There's not a stop point to it. Something's always moving, which is a good lesson because something in our body is always moving and our body is designed for movement. One more. Monty. And bring it back to center. Reach those arms away. 20-minute crew. Now's a beautiful time to just take rest for a couple of minutes. before you get on with whatever your day holds. 40-minute crew. Just kind of coming up slow. We're gonna just sit. Again, prop yourself here if you need to. We're gonna inhale, come up, and we're gonna take that left arm down and that right arm over. We're gonna look under it. Nice deep, deep breath reaching into that space. Notice your breath. Notice how far you want to take it. Oh, hello, Jen. Inhale up and exhale, take it the other way. Bring that left arm around behind you. Fingers pointing away and reach and look up. Lifting the chest, feeling that stretch right up through the body. Big deep breath there. And taking it the other way, just slow. And bring it forward and down. We're going to take ourselves into cowherd pose. So tuck those toes under. We can stay just with our knees on the floor, or we can come up into cowherd, heels together. And just noticing we're balancing on feet, so we're massaging the ball of the foot. It's a really beautiful kind of balance. Inhale, bring those arms up. Reach into that space, so let's link our fingers and lift it up. Option here, staying here, or coming down slow and reaching your arms forwards, breathing into this lower back. Coming down slow, bring the knees down. Come round to seated. And back into that Baddha Konasana shape crew. So bring those feet in, those knees out, lifting up through the upper body. And reach it forward. Nice deep, deep breath. Lifting it up. We're going to leave our left foot where it is, bring our right knee around to here. See how that feels. Again, if we're a little bit lopsided, that's probably enough, right? We're going to twist, so we're going to turn around towards that right side, so that's the one that feels a little more difficult. And just look over that shoulder. Support this, so don't lean into your knee. Like calf muscle. Oh my goodness. Shin, just kind of holding on there, looking over that shoulder, breathing. Come back around, and we come down this left leg into the stretch. Walk the arms away, sink down into it. Come up and come down through the center, down through that pelvis. If you're having trouble just sitting, stay with that. Check this knee. Okay, so it's the right knee. Make sure it's all right. Unravel if you need to and take that leg straight out to the side. Nice deep breath, whichever shape feels good. Walking it up, changing the legs around. Noticing one side might be just that little bit easier or less lopsided than the other. We're going to come around onto the twist first, so we're going left. Looking over that shoulder. Yeah, unraveling, coming down this right side, slow. Lifting it up and coming down through the center. So down we go. Nice deep breath. Coming up slow, one of those lovely sequences taken for just keeping it simple on the floor, right? And so let's take our legs out wide, give those knees a wee shake, lift up through the upper body. So then we take our arms and link our fingers. Here comes the sun here. We're going to lean back slightly and then reach forward. And then come back slightly and lean forward. If you're practicing yoga with a friend and you feel comfortable, you can actually put your feet kind of soul to soul and draw each other backwards and forwards in this one. It's quite a lovely dual stretch, especially that drawing forward. It's quite lovely. Just going slow. Doesn't have to be a big movement. We're getting used to that feeling of rolling around our pelvis, around our hips. Okay, one more like that. And then just bring your hands down wherever they reach. Roll those shoulders down. And just kind of find that lengthened out feeling. So we don't want to be curled over. We want to be lengthening along the spine. We want our toes up towards the roof. And the hips to feel open, so our toes quite often want to roll in. We want to roll those ankles open and breathe into that space. Then we're going to take our right arm and we're going to bring it so that our right hand's sitting under our left thigh. Then we're going to circle this left arm up and over. Do a couple of circles, just come around and up and over. And this next one, we're going to pause when that arm is over in line with our ear and reach it out. Nice deep breath. Circle it out. Sweep that left arm around and under your right thigh. Couple of circles with that right arm. So inhale it out. Exhale over and around. Inhale it out. Exhale over and around. And then inhaling up, pausing in line with your ear, reaching it out. Nice deep breath. Inhaling it out. Oh, unravel. Notice. So, we should be feeling a little bit taller. Give everything a gentle shake. And one more time forward, team. So, again, those that really struggle with these ones, just get that lift happening. Just gently up through the body. We don't have to go forward. We're just kind of trying to slowly get that rotation of the pelvis around those hips. Let's come up, let's come around. We're going to go round and down. And so bring yourself down to the floor, bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your hands around them. Vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your head down. Give those knees a good squeeze in towards the belly. Maybe rock a little bit in that shape across the back. Then we're going to reach our feet up towards the roof, and we've got the option of either bringing our arms down alongside the body or reaching up for those toes, and then that added extra if you feel like it. Tuck your chin in, lift your head and shoulders up and reach for those toes. Vertebrae by vertebrae down if you've been up in that one. Arms go over the head, so reaching from wherever your arms are, take them over your head. Legs can stay where they are, or we can bring them down if they're starting to feel a bit wobbles. Nice deep breath, let's stretch those arms away. Then we're going to bring our arms up towards the roof and either down alongside the body or into that reach again, just slow. vertebrae by vertebrae down. If you've lifted, we're taking those arms up and over our heads again. Option of bringing the legs down or leaving them where they are. One more reach, or arms alongside the body, so decide which one. You're coming up, come up slow, check in on that neck. Nice deep breath. Vertebrae by vertebrae down. This time, arms up towards the roof. We're going to take our arms out nice and wide from the shoulders, so spread your wings out. Bring your feet down to the floor. Lift your hips up and over to the left. Take your knees to the right into the twist. Roll your head to the left. Look to that left thumb. Nice deep breath. Knees come back up, hips come back to center, and then over to the right, and knees go left, rolling the head right at the same time. Bring those knees back to center, and bring the hips back to center, then the knees in towards the chest. We're going to heavy baby. So again, just slowly lift your head up and your shoulders up so you grab hold of your feet. If we can bring them back down, do. And then feet like they're running along the roof, knees like they're going to touch the floor. A real nice deep breath there. Notice in this one, team, if you've got some movement, we might be able to rock across that lower back. We might also then be able to stretch our legs out straight, holding on to the outside edge of our feet. So just stretch it out if that feels good, and you're in a space where you can. Bring those feet back in, Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together on the floor, knees up to the side, take the arms over your head, and then mirror that shape with your hands, so fingertips towards each other, elbows are resting out. Nice slow deep breath there.
Knees come back together. Feet walk out to the edge of the mat, one foot each side. And then drop your right knee towards your left foot. Lift that knee, left knee towards right foot. And bring that knee back up. Bring the feet back together. We might stretch those legs down along the floor. We're going to lift our arms up. Bring them alongside the body and then turn the palms up. Just pause. Crow, just feeling our way through all the points that are touching the floor. Let them grow that little bit heavy as if they were gently growing roots down into the land underneath you. Letting ourselves settle into just that restfulness, even just for a couple of minutes. Noticing your breath, letting your exhale sink you in that little bit deeper. The inhale filling you up with fresh prana, fresh life force. So Crow, if you're going on to do the meditation, now's a really beautiful time to switch to SoundCloud and do that. If you need to get up and get on with whatever is left of your day, then just take 8 long, slow breaths. Wander your feet slowly up your mat. Bring your hands onto your belly for another couple of breaths, just feeling the breath, the movement of the breath under your hands. Then we're going to turn over onto our left side. Just come up and around to seated slowly. Notice how your body's feeling after that. And notice what it might need now. Does it need a little bit of movement? Water would be good. But just kind of noticing, feeling that connectedness down into the floor. We're taking our
roots with us, but at the same time staying connected to the ground, to the mother. And so let's start with our fingertips down on the floor. And then lifting your arms up into that beautiful energy that you've created. Gather some in, bring it to your heart. Take a breath there, just kind of focusing into that heart space. We want our mind and our heart and our soul to all be in conversation with each other. So on that note, many blessings everyone. Thank you all for joining me on this yoga journey.